Hello everyone. Let's begin the literature video log. This novel can be considered as a valuable text for exploring cultural identity, belonging, and adolescence in the Australian context. When it comes to the overview of the text, the storyline centers on Thao, a Vietnamese Australian student navigating a new environment in a regional town. The novel is written in the first person narrative, and the text offers insight into Thao's internal experiences, allowing readers to develop empathy and consider the personal impact of cultural difference and integration. A significant element of the novel is its use of food, particularly Vietnamese cuisine, as a recurring motif. Food functions not only as a marker of identity and cultural pride, but also as a symbol of otherness and difference. This tension reflects the complex experience of negotiating multiple cultural frameworks, making the text especially resonant for students from diverse backgrounds. The narrative raises key themes relevant to adolescence, such as peer acceptance, belonging, family expectations, and the challenges of self definition. Furthermore, its contemporary setting, humor, and accessible language contribute to its relatability, while the subtle layering of meaning encourages inferential reading and critical reflection. These features support the developments of key English curriculum outcomes, particularly in reading comprehension and textual analysis. From a pedagogical perspective, the novel offers multiple entry points for teaching literary and intercultural understanding, and as Quinn and Driver highlights, addressing cultural assumptions within literature enables students to reflect on the values and perspectives that shape both texts and their own lives. This aligns well with current approaches to inclusive student centered learning. In the classroom, the novel can be used to support analytical and creative tasks. Students can be engaged in close reading of narrative voice and character development or participate in group discussions examining how humor operates as a tool for addressing serious social issues. Moreover, creative writing activities such as reimagining scenes from another character's perspective can extend understanding of empathy. Another way is to use Socratic seminars and visual identity mapping, which could further support speaking, listening, and multimodal literacy. Overall, What About Tao presents a meaningful opportunity to engage students in both literary study and broader conversations about identity, diversity, and belonging, which can be considered as critical components of a responsive and inclusive English curriculum. Here we are talking about poetry. Robert Frost's Fire and Ice is a short but powerful poem that explores how strong emotions can affect people and the world around them. In just 9 lines, Frost represents two massive ideas, which are fire and ice, as symbols of feelings like desire and hatred. These emotions are compared to strong forces that could end the world, encouraging students to think about the effects of human behavior. For Year 7 students, the poem's simple language and short structure make it approachable, while its deeper meaning offers a chance to build skills in interpretation. When it comes to the literary techniques, fire is used as a symbol for strong, burning feelings like passion, desire, or anger. On the other hand, ice represents cold, uncaring emotions such as hatred and indifference. These metaphors help students connect the poem to real life emotions they may have experienced or observed in other people. Moreover, the poem uses a regular rhyme scheme and a calm, reflective tone, which contrasts with the serious topic of destruction. This contrast makes students pause and think about the message Frost is trying to share. The poem's structure, a single 9 line stanza, shows how quickly things can change or fall apart if emotions are not properly understood or controlled. In the classroom, this poem is a great way to introduce students to poetic techniques like symbolism, metaphor, rhyme, and tone. A possible activity that can be done in class include group discussion on how fire and ice are used in movies and books of their choice to show emotion. It can be further followed by a creative task where students write or draw their own fire and ice moment. This helps students express their ideas and begin to explore how emotions can be communicated through words and symbols. With regard to the curriculum strands, this poem is also a good text for building emotional literacy as well. It encourages students to think about how their feelings can affect others and how extreme emotions, whether hot like fire or cold like ice, can lead to conflict. In a nutshell, the poem supports students in reading thoughtfully, interpreting symbols, and connecting literature to their own lives. Next is about a graphic novel. This is a powerful wordless graphic novel that tells the universal story of migration through a series of beautifully drawn sepia toned illustrations. Without using any words, the novel uses gesture, facial expression, and setting to communicate deep emotions such as fear, hope, and longing. This makes it really and highly accessible for Year 9 students, especially those from diverse linguistic and cultural backgrounds, as meaning is communicated visually rather than through complex language. The novel follows a man who leaves his home and family behind to build a better life in a new, unfamiliar world. The setting is filled with surreal landscapes, strange creatures, and unfamiliar symbols reflecting the confusion and wonder many migrants experience. For students who are often adjusting to new environments themselves, this journey of adaptation and resilience is highly relatable. Further, the story encourages empathy and helps students connect emotionally with the character's experience. The author's use of symbolism and repeated motifs such as shadows, suitcases, and birds adds layers of meaning in the storyline. Students must draw inferences from small visual details to understand the plot, characters, and themes. This supports the development of inferential reading skills, which are essential for deeper comprehension across all subjects. In the classroom, this graphic novel can be used to develop students' visual literacy and critical thinking. The students can work individually or in groups to annotate panels, exploring how composition and body language guide the reader's interpretation. They can identify symbols and discuss what they might represent in the context of migration or displacement. Creative tasks might involve writing a short narrative to accompany a selected sequence of images or designing their own visual story on a theme such as starting over, finding belonging, or cultural identity. These activities help students practice both written expression and visual storytelling. In addition, class discussions also can explore the emotional impact of the illustrations, encouraging students to make personal connections and link the text to real world topics like migration, multiculturalism, and family separation. This fosters empathy and intercultural understanding, which are important values in a diverse classroom context. As highlighted in the course reading, The New Literature Companion, texts like this graphic novel support inclusive teaching by promoting analytical and creative learning through accessible yet emotionally rich content. For Year 9 students, it offers a meaningful way to engage with literature and the world around them. Next, we are talking about drama. Shakespeare's play offers a compelling exploration of love, transformation, and the fine line between reality and illusion. The rich interwoven plots in the play invites the students to engage with the complexities of human emotion and identity. Through the use of literary devices such as dramatic irony and soliloquy, the students gain privileged access to the characters' motivations, providing deeper insight into their actions and conflicts. At the same time, the supernatural element of the enchanted forest, which is central to the play, becomes a space where chaos leads to self discovery, allowing characters to grow and change in unexpected ways. Moreover, the language of the play, though quite challenging, is rich with wordplay, puns, and metaphor, offering numerous opportunities for students to explore the aesthetic beauty of Shakespeare's writing. For adolescents, the themes of love's irrationality and the struggle between authority and personal desire resonate strongly, mirroring the emotional conflicts they may experience in their own lives. In addition, the supernatural elements of the play, coupled with humorous misunderstandings, provide a playful yet insightful lens through which students can interpret and relate to the text, making it both accessible and engaging. In the classroom, this drama offers several pathways for meaningful learning. Students can experiment with staging and performance, discovering how tone, gesture, and costume contribute to the overall meaning of a scene. By engaging with the play in this manner, students not only deepen their understanding of its themes but also gain practical experience in interpreting and presenting Shakespearean drama. Also, the close reading activities can also be particularly useful, focusing on key scenes to analyze Shakespeare's use of figurative language, symbolism, and the development of characters and themes. Additionally, creative tasks can further enhance students' engagement with the text. Rewriting a scene in contemporary language or from a different character's perspective helps students sharpen their writing and analytical skills, while also encouraging their critical and creative thinking abilities. Group performances of selected scenes can build speaking and listening skills, foster teamwork, and boost confidence in public speaking. These activities align with the strategies outlined in the New Literature Companion, which emphasizes the importance of combining textual analysis with creative expression. Ultimately, the play provides the students with an exciting opportunity to engage with timeless themes and refine their literary skills. By balancing analysis with performance and creativity, the play becomes a powerful tool for both academic growth and personal expression. The final topic is about a film. The film Walkabout offers students a visually striking exploration of survival, cultural disconnection, and ethical understanding. As the overview, the film follows two white urban children lost in the Australian outback and their encounter with an Aboriginal boy on his traditional walkabout. This narrative structure positions the audience to reflect on cultural difference, environmental awareness, and the value of indigenous knowledge. For adolescents, the themes of independence, identity, and miscommunication are particularly relevant. The children's lack of survival skills contrasts sharply with the Aboriginal boy's competence and connection to country. This binary opposition is established through characterization and reinforced by mise en scene, such as the children's clean, structured school uniforms juxtaposed with the natural, fluid setting of the outback. Meanwhile, cinematography plays a crucial role in conveying meaning. Reg frequently uses extreme wide shots to capture the vastness of the landscape, emphasizing isolation and vulnerability. Further, the natural lighting and long takes draw attention to the rhythm of the natural world, while cross cutting between urban life and the outback offers symbolic commentary on modernity versus tradition. The absence of subtitles for the Aboriginal boy's speech is a deliberate narrative choice, prompting audiences to interpret meaning through gesture, tone, and context, enhancing inferential viewing. Hence, in the classroom, this film supports the development of media literacy and intercultural understanding. As Quinn and Rivers suggest, Diverse texts foster broader worldviews and ethical engagement. Students can analyze film codes and conventions, including shot composition, sound design, and editing, to understand how meaning is constructed and how audience positioning occurs. As the creative tasks, students can involve in scripting alternative scenes, storyboarding key moments, or producing short films inspired by the themes of survival, connection, or cultural perspective. These activities promote analytical reasoning while giving students agency in their learning. Through both interpretation and creation, students engage deeply with the film's messages and strengthen their critical and expressive skills. At the end, this film invites students to think critically about identity, cultural communication, and our responsibilities within a shared environment, being a rich and thought provoking classroom text. These are my references, and thank you very much for your attention.